Close your eyes and consider what happens when the noise of the modern world finally fades away. For thousands of years, ancient philosophers and psychologists recognized that the human mind does not simply shut down during sleep. It enters a profound, hidden theater. While your conscious ego rests, your subconscious mind takes over, weaving intricate narratives, symbols, and messages through the architecture of dreams. Most people dismiss dreams as random biological static, fleeting echoes of a chaotic day. But if you treat your dreams merely as random noise, you are ignoring a direct communication channel from the deepest layers of your own psyche. To unlock personal sovereignty, you must first learn to listen to the language your mind speaks when no one is watching. Long before modern cognitive psychology mapped the structures of the brain, ancient civilizations viewed dreams as a sacred bridge between the mortal and the divine, the conscious and the infinite. From the Stoic understanding of internal governance to the deep psychological insights later explored by thinkers like Napoleon Hill, the underlying truth remains identical. Your outer reality is fundamentally shaped by the unseen realms within. When you sleep, your mind strips away the defensive armor of social conditioning, pride, and daily stress. What remains is raw, unfiltered truth, speaking entirely in symbols, metaphors, and archetypes. If you can decode this nocturnal language, you gain an unmatched tool for self-mastery, transforming nocturnal confusion into profound waking clarity. Why do dreams so rarely speak in plain language? Why do they communicate through shadows, ancient landscapes, recurring obstacles, and cryptic encounters? Because the subconscious mind thinks in images and emotions, not in rigid bureaucratic logic. When you dream of falling, being chased, or standing before a closed door, your psyche is not trying to confuse you. It is diagnosing your waking state with brutal honesty. A recurring nightmare or a powerful dream symbol is often a mirror reflecting the exact anxieties, suppressions, or unfulfilled potentials you refuse to confront during daylight hours. Mastering your dreams begins the moment you stop running from these symbols and start analyzing them as objective data about your character. Napoleon Hill taught that the subconscious mind serves as the connecting link between finite human effort and infinite intelligence, operating tirelessly even while you sleep. Think of your sleeping mind as a master craftsman working in a dark workshop, organizing the fragments of your ambitions, fears, and daily inputs into hidden patterns. When you wake up with a sudden insight, a lingering unease, or a creative solution to a complex problem, you are experiencing the output of this nocturnal laboratory. Most individuals waste this immense cognitive power by instantly checking their phones upon waking, burying their dream states under an avalanche of external notifications before the subconscious message can even be registered. How would Marcus Aurelius or the great Stoic masters approach the chaotic, vivid, and sometimes disturbing nature of dreams? With absolute emotional detachment and razor-sharp observation. Just as you must learn to filter external digital noise through your inner citadel during the day, you must learn to observe your dream life without panic or superstitious fear. A nightmare holds no power over a mind rooted in virtue and self-control. When you realize that even the darkest dream is generated entirely within the boundaries of your own consciousness, the fear instantly evaporates. You stop being a terrified victim of your nightmares and become the sovereign commander of your internal realm. The modern digital landscape is engineered to fragment your attention, keeping your conscious mind perpetually distracted so that your deeper faculties remain dormant. When you spend your entire day consuming superficial content, your brain loses its capacity for deep, symbolic reflection. Dreams become frantic, chaotic, and shallow because the waking mind is starved of silence. By intentionally carving out spaces for mental stillness, meditation, and self-analysis, you clear the static interference between your waking life and your dream state. You begin to notice patterns, recognizing that the emotional weight you carry into your sleep directly dictates the quality of the messages your subconscious delivers. Understanding the hidden language of dreams is entirely useless if it remains an intellectual exercise. Knowledge without application is merely sophisticated procrastination. Once you begin to decode the recurring symbols, fears, and desires that surface in your sleep, you must translate them into immediate, uncompromising action in the real world. If a dream reveals a deep-seated insecurity, do not analyze it to death. Confront it. If it highlights a hidden ambition you have neglected out of fear, take a bold step forward today. True self-mastery requires that your waking actions finally align with the profound truths uncovered in the silent depths of your subconscious mind. The world outside will always remain unpredictable, noisy, and demanding, constantly attempting to hijack your focus and dictate your internal narrative. But the ultimate stronghold of human freedom exists where the algorithms and the crowd can never reach, inside the quiet convergence of deep focus and the dreaming mind. By taking absolute ownership of your thoughts by day and your reflections by night, you step out of the endless loop of passive consumption and into the role of a true creator. Close the door on superficial distractions, honor the silent wisdom of your subconscious, and let your character speak through bold, deliberate action. Stay disciplined, protect your clarity, and command your destiny from within. To truly grasp why the sleeping brain holds such immense power, we must examine the biological and psychological architecture of human consciousness during its deepest resting phases. While your physical body recovers from the exhaustion of the day, your neurological pathways undergo a rigorous sorting process, filtering memory, emotion, and trauma. But beneath this routine, biological maintenance lies a profound psychological phenomenon. The subconscious mind never actually sleeps. It operates continuously, untethered by the constraints of linear time or the rigid logic of the waking ego. When you ignore your inner dreams, you are essentially discarding the nocturnal data generated by your own mind, operating blindly through life while ignoring half of your entire psychological ecosystem. Modern society is engineered to keep human attention tethered entirely to the surface level of existence. Through continuous digital stimulation, short-form entertainment, and algorithmic noise, individuals are conditioned to fear true silence and introspection. When your mind is constantly bombarded by external inputs from morning until night, your dreaming state becomes frantic, fragmented, and shallow, mirroring the chaos of your daily habits. You cannot expect to receive profound subconscious guidance or decode complex dream symbols if your waking brain is entirely saturated with superficial static. Reclaiming your dream language requires a deliberate, uncompromising withdrawal from the constant noise of the modern digital landscape, allowing the deeper waters of your mind to settle into absolute clarity. Throughout history, extraordinary leaders, philosophers, and visionaries did not view dreams as accidental neurological noise. They regarded them as vital blueprints for strategic and personal navigation. Ancient cultures understood that the subconscious mind often perceives patterns, threats, and opportunities long before the conscious intellect catches up. When historical figures faced monumental crises, they frequently looked inward during periods of deep rest, seeking answers that the waking world could not provide. This historical reliance on inner wisdom highlights a forgotten truth. Human beings possess an internal compass far more reliable than any external advice or societal trend. By neglecting your dreams, you abandon the oldest and most intimate source of guidance available to you. Not all dreams bring immediate comfort or pleasant revelations. Some plunge directly into the darkest corners of human anxiety, fear, and unresolved conflict. The subconscious mind frequently presents terrifying imagery, recurring nightmares, or distressing scenarios precisely because these are the areas of your psyche that require immediate attention and healing. Most individuals instinctively recoil from this discomfort, waking up in a panic and desperately trying to forget what they just experienced. This avoidance is a critical mistake. In both Stoic philosophy and psychological mastery, the obstacle or the shadow is the path. When you face your darkest dreams with emotional detachment and analytical courage, you strip away their power to haunt you, transforming primal fear into profound self-awareness. The moment you stop running from the disturbing elements of your inner world, a remarkable alchemical transformation takes place within your character. Fear loses its grip when it is met with cold, objective observation rather than frantic emotional reactivity. Just as Marcus Aurelius trained his mind to remain completely unshakable amidst the collapse of political alliances and military campaigns, you must train your consciousness to remain anchored while navigating the turbulent waters of your own subconscious. Every nightmare, every unsettling symbol, and every nocturnal anxiety is merely a test of your internal citadel. When you pass this test by refusing to panic, you achieve a level of sovereign self-mastery that external circumstances can no longer fracture or disturb. Discovering the hidden language of your dreams and decoding the symbols of your subconscious is ultimately a meaningless intellectual exercise unless it bridges the gap into physical reality. Philosophy, psychology, and self-analysis are completely worthless if they do not translate into immediate, uncompromising behavioral changes. If your dreams repeatedly reveal a deep-seated frustration with your current path, a fear of stagnation, or an unfulfilled ambition, you cannot simply analyze the dream over and over again without taking action. True personal growth demands that you take the raw, unfiltered insights gained from your inner world and apply them with brutal honesty and discipline to your daily waking routine. The journey toward complete psychological autonomy is rarely glamorous, loud, or accompanied by public applause. It is a quiet, solitary, and relentless campaign fought entirely within the boundaries of your own mind. While the rest of the world scrambles for superficial validation, viral attention, and endless external distractions, the individual committed to true mastery moves in absolute silence. They audit their thoughts by day and analyze their deeper motivations by night, refusing to let random impulses or algorithmic prompts dictate their destiny. This rigorous self-discipline separates the sovereign individual from the passive crowd, turning internal chaos into a fortress of unyielding focus, clarity, and strength. As you integrate the wisdom of your waking discipline with the hidden language of your subconscious dreams, the entire paradigm of your existence shifts permanently. You stop being a fragile spectator, tossed helplessly back and forth by the emotional waves of the external world, and you become the undisputed commander of your own life. The noise outside your fortress will continue to rise, algorithms will continue to demand your attention, and uncertainty will always remain a constant variable of human existence. Yet none of these forces can touch a mind anchored in self-knowledge and unwavering resolve. Protect your mental clarity, honor the silent depths of your inner realm, and let your character speak through bold, deliberate, and uncompromising action.